I'm trying to figure out why I have the horizontal lines. God, I'm sure you can see those horizontal lines in the image, and it's noise from somewhere. Oh, come on, mosquitoes. Let me add a dark. Let me see if I can find a dark. Import. Let's see. Why the mosquitoes are bad here today? Jeez. Desktop. 10C. Dark field, 10C, gain. I'm at gain 60 right now. What the heck? Gain 50. Okay. It's a mismatch. Okay. I'm trying to find a good I need one with digital binning. Let me enable the dark. Stop. Start. I might have been too aggressive of a dark. Okay. That's definitely too dark. Push the histo back to 0 to 125. Histo 0, 125. Oh, mosquitoes. I feel like I'm at rocks. And the exposure was what, 200 milliseconds? And I do have a dark. So let me erase that and go DFC on. DFC. Okay. So that's a fifth of a second exposure right now. And gain is at 40 out of 160. And the dark is obviously not working. And I have to figure out from rock why I have those horizontal lines. I never had those before. This is the latest version of the software. I just installed it, I think, a little while ago. You know, the October 16 build. Yeah, once you have an observatory, Dewey, you are right. You never look back. Hey, Jeff. I was just getting started. Right now, M22 is about 28 degrees up. Let me go up to Omega. Where's Omega? Where's Omega? Eagle, Omega. Center view at cursor. Omega. Slew to and center.
Telescope slew into target.
Stop the stacking. I think it's there. Just let me go with
Telescope slew complete.
Let's see. How long of an exposure should I go? Let's try A second and a half's too much. 1 second. 1 second exposure. I gotta figure out what those lines are. You can see those. Oh, and there goes the satellite. Okay, do I have a dark applied? I thought I did. 1 second exposure. Yeah, I think it does. Yeah, there's a diagnostic file. It's on Rock's website, Dewey. Well, let me erase. I got to change the exposure now. Is at 1 second. And histo is 15 to 100. Okay. Not bad for a 1 second exposure. Yeah, and the dark is not matching because I still see little black specks. I took this dark, I don't know how long ago. I don't know if I have any other darks on that I could use. Let me see. So I disable that and then import darks. Gain 45, gain digital binning. That's the only one I have that has digital binning. Okay. Are any of these with digital binning? Digital binning to 30 seconds, 8 seconds, 2 seconds. See if that helps. Yeah, the way the lines are rolling, I got something strange going on I've never had before. That's crazy. They smooth out as the average stack. I did do, I installed the, I didn't install the, which driver was it? I did the ASCOM driver and the D-Show driver. ASCOM replaces the driver, it removes the old one and installs the new one. The D-Show just installs right on top of everything. I wish I could type histo. Let me erase histo. 15 to 100. Erase. And let me try typing. Okay. Yes, the darks are still DFC. that is not bad for a 1 second exposure, average 5. I have the universe focal reducer in on the scope. Then I have the T-mount to 2-inch screwed onto the focal reducer, and then that slides into the focuser. Did not use the spacer. I'll have to calculate what the effective F ratio is. I guess it's now time to stop the recording and change cameras to the 16C. So let me pause the recording. Pause the recording, cover the scope, and take it off. Where's the cover? Where's the cover? Where's the cover? It should be black now, so let me take a dark. Stop the stacking. And then let me, boy, there's a lot of dark field correction. Let me capture 5. Capture 5. I missed something. B52? Dewey, I saw your post about the rock star party. I think I have a printout somewhere. Oh yeah, they are. My brother was out starting to put up his Christmas decorations. It takes him the better part of a month to hang his 50, 60,000 lights. Export. He goes crazy with lights. Okay, so let me save this. This will be, oh God. How about 10272018? What the heck? That's what I'll call it. Save it. And then I'll enable it. And let me take the cap off. Okay. And now I got to put the black point back to around 10. And now I can average stack. Okay. So gain 20, digital bending, exposure 10 seconds. Histo is now 10 to 100. The only reason I'm doing this is to save this. I'm recording a video too. 10-1 and digital DFC is on, so let me erase that. Dark frame correction on. DFC on. Okay. Maybe I should do another white balance. Let's see what happens with the average. I have it's not a house. we live on almost 5 acres, and he wells up and makes ornaments, and he hangs them in the trees. across the entire frontage of the property. The property has about, oh God, 550 feet across the front, and he puts lights, all of the azalea bushes, camellia bushes up in the trees. I have his YouTube video somewhere from about 5 or so years ago. If you send an email to the group and remind me, I'll see if I can find it and post a link to it. It's like it takes him a month to put everything up to get it ready for Thanksgiving, and then it takes him months after the Epiphany to take everything down. So what it's looking like is that a 10-second exposure with max gain with the 16C is pretty comparable to a 1-second exposure with a 25% gain with the 10C. Of course, the 10C has the high contrast gain enabled. I hear dinging from my all sky camera brought in that. What's going on in there? Okay, what's going on? Okay. Okay. If you go to my all sky channel, you can see the Milky Way tonight. Hey, Rusty. Yep. The 10C is much more sensitive. The 16C has smaller pixels, so the stars are crisper. Uh, so I guess it's now time to go to a different target. Let's see. Let me do a sync on this.
Telescope synced.
Okay, what could be another target on the? Which side of the meridian is the dumbbell on? The dumbbell, it's almost at the zenith. Let's go to.
Telescope slewing to target.
Which way do I have to?
Telescope slew complete.
Okay, let's see. Let me stop the stacking and then restart the stacking. I didn't have to move the dome that far. Okay, M27, and let's start the stack. Okay. So again, the parameters are the same, and I'm on the DS16C right now. That's 100% zoom right now. I didn't refocus. Yeah, it was good, Rusty. I was glad you were on. The clouds were terrible here. They finally cleared up today. Perfect day for our club astronomy picnic. Oh, I got to start the recording again. Well, I'm recording. Oh, it is recording. Okay. Back to fit window. Okay. I'm trying not to have to refocus in between targets. That would just be a pain to have to put the mask on, refocus, and whatever. Oh, you're broadcasting right now too, Rusty? Great. You caught some great galaxies, the arc clusters you were going to last night. There was a ton of galaxies in those fields of view. Well, let me pause this recording, and I'm gonna let the. And I forgot to start the recording again. Son of a gun! I should have just let. I'm just gonna let it run. So this is a 1.5 exposure. Erase exposure 1.5 seconds. Go back to my green. .5 seconds. Histogram is 50 to 100. Dark frame stack. Average sharpness. Gain is still 40. So everything else is the same. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, Dewey, I'm seeing the lines and I'm trying to figure out where they're coming from. One of my customers sent me a picture he had taken that showed horizontal lines too when he was on 891 the other night, and Rock was trying to tell me what caused that. He was talking about power issues, or something else, but there was definitely interference. I'm in video mode on the 10C. I'm in trigger mode on the 16C. But this is video mode. Don't know. One way to find out. Scroll up. Go to trigger mode. Well, I have to stop the stacking. And then I have to go to trigger mode. And I have to go to 1 second and 500 milliseconds and loop. So that should be 1.5 seconds, and then start the. So I still have the lines. Still have the lines. Actually, they look worse. Nope, they're averaging out. They're averaging out, but they're still there. Yeah, that's the question for the maestro on Monday or Tuesday. But still, it's amazing what you can do with the. That's zoomed in 100%. That's 400% zoom, 300% zoom. Yes, Doug, and I saw that you finally got working on NSN again. Yeah, this is the most recent update on the software, and I'm wondering if that has something to do with the lines. I may have to try a different version of the software and see if that's the problem. Doug, this is with the 10C, and the parameters are in green as far as how the camera is set right now. Basically a 1.5 second exposure with an average stack of 5. The yellow description will be for the 16C when I had the 16C in earlier. Which version? The version of the software is the one that Rock just posted. The October 16th build. Okay, let's find something else. Let me go to a full fit to window. How close to center is it? Not too far off. Okay. Let me stop the stacking. Let me move it to. Let me get it right in the center and then sync. Okay, so let's go to.
Telescope synced.
Okay, so I'm synced. Let's go to. $67.81. That's a toughie. Let's see. Click. NGC 6781. Search. More object information. Yeah, planetary nebula. Action menu. View interactive atlas. And that's over here. And right click and slew to and center.
Telescope slewing to target.
Let's see. Do I have to move the dome? No. Thank you.
Telescope slew complete.
That's right in the. Okay. It's right in the field of view. Okay. Click. And now let's go to. Oh, I hate those lines. Let's try a longer exposure. Let's go to 2 seconds. Stop. I'm going to go back to the video mode. Let's go to 2000. Two seconds, and let's do some histogram adjustment, and then do some average stacking. Okay. Oh, I don't. That's annoying. Okay, let's see. Where's the eraser? I'm in 2-second mode, and I got to change the histogram. So let's go click. Six, 7, 8, 1. Planetary nebula in Aquila. Histogram. Put it in the right spot. It'll be over here. And then the exposure is 2 seconds. Okay. So much for multitasking. Okay. What's doing what, Doug? If you're talking about the lines on the screen, I have no earthly idea. Like I said, I noticed it in a customer's image. He had sent a rock at me earlier last week, and I have to find what rock's answer was. But I'm going to zoom in. It's 100%. That's the planetary right there. Zoom to 100. I'm averaging 5, so the average stack is smoothing out the lines. But why are the lines there to start off with? That's the issue. But that planetary has nice structure. You go to 200. You can see reds, and hopefully when I get my 17.5 out here, uh, you'll see everything from reds to orange to yellows to greens to blues to violets as it goes. It's like a complete rainbow as it goes towards the center. It's a beautiful object. Let me go back to fit to screen, fit to window. Jeff has been helping me get my hotspot working in the observatory. With his suggestions, I got a hotspot, so I now can connect to the little Minix box that will be on my 17.5 outside and remotely connect to the telescope and control it and the camera while I'm sitting inside here and not have to worry about cords wrapping around as the scope slews. Uh, we'll just have to see if that Celeron processor in the Minix box will handle the load. Well, now it's time to change to a different camera. I'm going to go back to the 16C. See what and how I have to change it. Yeah, Rusty, this is, like I said, when I first got into Malin camming, I was at a star party with the Burnham Celestial handbooks. And I started going through the books, and I figured if Burnham had placed a photograph of an object in the book, it was worth looking at with the cameras. And he had 6781 as one of his primary objects in Aquila, and went to it, and that was it. So now I'm going to change over to the DS16C. Close this camera. Close. Okay. Yeah. Okay, 16C is in. Start the 16C and go to some mega long exposures. Let's go to trigger mode. Maybe 15 seconds in loop. Boy, it is barely there. Holy. Okay, where is my histogram? Histogram was 10 to 100, so let's go to barely there, folks. 10 to 100. Let me raise the black point to 30. Let's see what happens with the next refresh. Okay, then let me do a white balance. Oh, it's too green. Oh, and I gotta apply the dark too. Dark field correction, import. Where was it? That was DS16c. Level 2. That's it. Import that one. Okay. Import, enable, darks enable. Let's see what that does to the histogram. Yep. So now I have to go back to where it was, what, 10? 10 to 100. Let's see what happens. And then do another white balance. Now that I got the and let me start the average stacking. Okay, there it is. So yeah, this is I knew this wasn't going to be easy, but what the heck. The gain is at 20, digital binning to exposure is 15 seconds, so let me change that. Call up yellow text. EXPOSURE 15. Exposure 15 seconds, histo, average stack sharpness. Everything else is the same. Okay. And you can say. But it's definitely not as well defined as it was with the shorter exposure with the 10C. Let me try increasing the exposure. Let me stop the looping and I'm going to go to 20 seconds and see what happens. And then, yeah, yes, it will. And then I'm going to go to 20 on the histogram, 20, maybe 25, 25 to 100. Yeah, this is the 16C now, Doug. So let me see. I went to gain of, exposure of 20 seconds, I think it was. And then the histogram was 25 to 100. Click, click, click. Okay. See, when you start pushing that along with this, my dark's not matching the lights, so you're getting the amp glow that shows up with the 16C. Okay, Bob, maybe I'll log on to your broadcast later when I shut down here. Uh, right now it's only 67 degrees here. God, it's only 8 o'clock. It just got dark here. Well, I guess now I can swing over to look for. Oh wait, where is 253 up out of the muck yet? Let's see. Where. Search, search, search. NGC, NGC 253. Okay, let's see. More object information. Action menu, interactive atlas. How high is it? It's above 30 degrees, so let's see if maybe it'll be there.
Telescope slewing to target.
Meridian flip. Let's see.
Telescope slew complete.
Oh, that baby's low. It's only 16 degrees up. That may not work, folks. Let's see. I think that's called the light pollution of. Yeah, I got light pollution in that direction. Let me try a 10-second loop and see what happens. The galaxy's there, so let's put in some crosshairs, center the crosshairs. Let me go to a little bit shorter exposure. Stop. Loop. the triangle of stars is going the right way. Now, is east and west is east? Let's see. Yep. You know, you're in the right spot when you look at that little 30, 60, 90, I mean, that little isosceles triangle of stars, because the galaxy bisects that triangle. Let's see. That should be close. Okay, so let's stop and let's go to 15 seconds and loop. Okay. See what happens with 15 seconds. Yo! Nope. Light pollution. Stop. Yeah, it should be higher. It's too low. I should wait for this. 10 seconds. See that? What happens with 10 seconds? Boy, I'm definitely dealing with light pollution. This is NGC 253, the Sculptor Galaxy. Down in the, it's only 17.5 degrees up. That's the problem. It's too low. I should wait for this one, but who knows? And where is the histogram? And let me do some average stacking. I'm getting a little flare off the bottom at the 8 o'clock position. I'm trying to figure out what's causing that. So this is what did I say? 10-second exposure. So let me, where's my eraser? 16C, 10 seconds. Exposure 10 seconds. Yeah, from where, yeah, you're further north than I am, Rusty. It'll definitely be low. But you can see some of the core detail. That's 100%. Oh, let me raise the black a little bit. Let me go to 30. Histogram 30 to 100. Click, 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 click. Histo 30 to 100. Yeah, considering how low it is, it's not bad. And in a few minutes, I will change to the other camera and see what happens with the 10C. So now it's risen a half a degree. It's at 18 degrees now. Azimuth is 135. That's good. 45 degrees. It's almost due southeast right now, so it's got a little bit more time before it ends up due south. Go outside and look and see what's going on outside. I'll be right ready to take a quick look. Let me change cameras. Oh, 6946. Well, let me. Boy, something didn't jive right there. Okay, stop the camera. I'm going to put the 10C in now. Need a ladder to get to it. This is barely clearing the lip of the observatory. It's that low. I got my pier extended as high as it goes, and it's still problems observing this target. Okay. I'm going to go to, I think, triangulum after this, or Andromeda, one of the two. Okay. So now I got the 10C in. Start the 10C. 10C, 2-second exposure. That's what I had before. The gain is still at 50. Histogram is still where? Histo is at. Histo was 20 to 100 I had before, so let's move this to 20. Oh. That's 50 to 200, and let me do some stacking. Two seconds, and this is histo 50 to 200. Okay, let me zoom in. Not bad for 2-second exposure. And now it's up to almost 19 degrees up, so it's getting a little bit higher. That's that little flare. That's got to be something in the focal reducer. Yeah, there is. I have everything set to defaults. I hate to start. I'm not going to mess with. I mean, I could start playing with gamma and contrast and stuff, but still got a 1.25 on the gamma. See what happens as the rolling stack builds. Again, I didn't refocus when I changed cameras. I just threw the camera in. See, I almost have a 1 hour video already. I might save this one and start another one. Rusty, Rusty, you went over to the Fireworks Galaxy 6946. Let me see if this is centered here. Fit to window. Okay. So I'm going to sync on this.
Telescope synced.
Okay. So let's see where. Search for NGC 6960. I can only type 6946. Search. More object information. Galaxy Arc 20. Action menu. Interactive Atlas. Meridian flip again. Oh, okay, what the heck?
Telescope slewing to target. Telescope slew complete.
Okay, let's see. Okay, so let's stop the stack. Let me go back to defaults. And let me go to defaults on the histogram and okay, I give up. Where is it? Set it off to the right? Let me go to longer exposure. I might have missed the galaxy with the meridian flip exposure time. Let's go to 5 seconds and see what pops up. I think it's off to the right of center. No? Is that it? Man. I think that's it, but it's okay. Center. Yeah, I thought I saw it to the right, Rusty. I'm going to move down and let me then rebump the exposure up and see if I got it somewhere near the center. Yep, got to come down some more. Wow. Okay, so now histogram. Let me go to, this is what the 10s, I got the 10C going. It's there. So let me go to a 5-second exposure. Let's see what happens. Let me raise the black. 50 to 200, and let me do an average stack. So I'm in green mode eraser, so I'm in exposure of 5 seconds. I mean, I can see spiral structure. Exposure 5 seconds, and the histo is 50 to 200. Let me see if I can darken this up a little. I'm going to try playing with the gamma. I'm going to go to 1.2. Stop the stack. Start the stack. Okay. Okay. You can definitely see the spiral arms. This is going to be rough in this 16C. How high is this? This is 57 degrees up at azimuth 343. Where is the moon right now? Moon rises at 8:53. What time is it? So the moon doesn't rise for 30 minutes. Try a little bit longer exposure. Okay, so I'm going to stop the stacking. Yeah, it's not looking bad. Um, Trigger mode, and I'm gonna go to 8 seconds maybe. Oh, maybe what the heck, 10 seconds. Loop. Let me loop at 10 seconds. Maybe not 10 seconds. Okay, stop. How about 7 seconds in loop? Okay. Where's the histo? $65 to $200. Let me start the average stacking. Okay. So now I'm at 7 seconds. Oh, wrong size. Exposure 7 seconds. And where something just shot through the field of view. And histogram is 65 to 200. Okay. Okay, Doug. Good to see you on. Let me try bumping the gamma up to 1.3 maybe. 1.3 in the gamma. Yeah, the spiral arms are starting to come out better. It's 150 times zoom. I wonder when that satellite's going to disappear from the view. Move the dark set halfway up the curve. Okay, will do. I'll clip some data. How about 85? And let me stop the stack and restart the stack. Okay, so I am definitely clipping data now. Let's see what happens with the average. Focus looks a little soft now. It's 100% zoom. And what was this? This is 85 to 200 with the histogram. So let me change that. Click histogram is now 85-200. Okay. Yeah, Doug, that definitely got darker. Of course, I did clip some data, but it does look nice. And there is a lot of detail in the spiral arms. Do I dare try the 16C to see what happens to it? If you sit back at a distance and look at it, it's pretty impressive. I'm going to stop and save this recording before